Hi, so this video is one for the teachers or possibly older students or more advanced students who are giving notes on one another's six-word plays. This exercise can be used to unpack what I call the elements of drama, and what those are quite simple, the things that make up any dramatic performance, dramatic scene. Obviously, you need characters, people, they need to have some sort of relationship and you need to be clear about that. Action, not to be confused with movement. Action is to do with character objective and what they are doing within the scene, so what they want from each other specifically. The inciting incident, what's brought them together. The location where the scene takes place can have more impact than you might think at first. And also the time, the use of time within the scene is an interesting element, which I'll come to and show you some examples. So using the six-word plays to unpack these elements, there are certain questions you can ask for each of these elements. There they are on the left. So character, who are they? Age, gender, job, what do we think they look like, that kind of thing. How do they know each other? Relationship, personal, professional, friendly, rivals, whatever. Action, what do they want from each other is the easiest way to describe action. What's just happened, the inciting incident that's led to this conversation. Where are they? The location of the scene is more important than you might think. And the use of time, day, night, time of year, these things do make a difference. So this is an example that I used in a previous film. This one you might ask, who are they? How do they know each other? They might be business rivals. They might be husband and wife. They might be accountant and client. They might be mother and daughter. All of these combinations will have different implications for what they're talking about and the meaning that is created by the scene. So action, what do they want from each other? You'd look at A first and then B. Maybe it's just a friendly inquiry, bit low stakes, but it could be. Maybe there's a subtext and A is checking out a rival. They're in the same line of business. Maybe A is looking for dirt on something they can damage B with. Or maybe if it was a personal relationship, mother-daughter, for example, then mum's looking for a place to retire and wants her daughter to hurry up and make enough money for that to happen. So for B, you might say showing off. Maybe business really is booming. Maybe it's not. And this is about saving face and getting out of this conversation without arousing suspicion. So maybe they're trying to mislead. Or maybe they're even trying to appease. So if it was the daughter hasn't made the money that she's saying she's made, and she's trying to appease mum and get her to go away. What's just happened? Inciting incident. So maybe they've just bumped into each other at a conference. It's believable, but again, a bit low stakes. Maybe they've agreed to meet for a friendly drink. Maybe there's some good reason for that A or B has called that meeting. Maybe A has heard a rumor that B's business is in trouble and is looking for dirt. Maybe they're even looking possibly to move in and take it over. All these things will add depth, richness, and subtext. So where are they? Location. It could be at a business conference, yeah, maybe. But it might be more interesting if it was on one or other of their territories. So if A's got a mansion already, and this conversation takes place at a party in the mansion, then B's obviously going to be on the back foot. Or it might be somewhere a little bit unexpected, like a deserted car park. What would that mean? Why would they be meeting there and having this conversation there? All of these decisions will add meaning to the play. So what time is it? This is a simple question, but can have some implications. So daytime or office hours, you would expect it to be. But what if it was midnight? What if they were meeting in the deserted car park at midnight to talk about this? That would raise certain questions, which would make us want to carry on watching. Or what if it was on a specific time in the calendar? So Christmas Day, for example, that would suggest they're probably family or very close friends, and again, would give a different context. So generate lots of different options by asking these questions of each element. And with each, once you've got 3 or 4 suggestions, ask the students which of these choices is the most dramatically interesting and why. So which one would you want to watch? What is most promising? This exercise can also be used to work up the scene into a longer thing or to lead to other exercises in this series. So make a decision on all of these elements, write another 6 words. That's the simplest thing. Just carry on. Or you could give them slightly more words per line, 2 or 3 words per line, write another 6 words, see how, with 2 words per line, see what that comes out like. You could introduce an interesting object which one of them has on them. That could add some meaning. You could have one of them make a clear request of the other to kind of bump the scene into more interesting territory. Once you've decided on who they are, name them, give them ages, jobs, backgrounds. You might want to write a paragraph or 2 about who they are. There are some character sheets later in this series which you could fill in for both of them, and start to use this exercise as actually the first 6 lines in the scene that the students are going to write. Some other examples, not by me, by one of our other writers, Cheryl and Dione, are up next in the next video. So have a look at that and see where you can